Kick streamer Johnny Somali arrested in Japan after breaking into construction site. He finally went too far. This is the guy that we saw before, and basically nobody likes him. And apparently, you know, he's getting he's getting arrested here in Japan now. And this is after, you know, again, months and months of harassing people, just being obnoxious, running around Japan with, you know, a speaker that says Hiroshima, Nagasaki over and over and over. It's actually impressive how fucking annoying it is. Like, I really was surprised at how obnoxious it was. Like, this person maliciously went to the country. He planned to just say the most offensive, rude shit possible. He was trying to harass people the entire time. And the truth is that Japanese culture prevailed. The only person who fucking hit this guy, I'm pretty sure, wasn't even Japanese. So it's kind of funny that after all of this, it didn't even work. He didn't get any responses out of them, and now he's getting arrested. And he might spend time in jail for it. And I think it's fucking deserved. I think it sets an example for everybody else. This is a hostile, malicious person who tries to harass people for content. He constantly invades people's personal space. He is rude, obnoxious. He tries to start shit with everybody that he goes around. Watch Ludwig video on this, it's good.
At the end of every year, I like to make predictions on what I think will happen in the following year. Simple stuff like who's going to win the Super Bowl, which game's going to win Game of the Year, and will I finally hit Diamond in Valorant? And most of the time, I'm wrong. However, I found in one specific instance, I wasn't actually wrong. I was just early to the party. You see, in late 2021, I predicted that IRL streaming was going to blow up. You know, end of COVID lockdown. People are trapped.
Of course, right? Yeah, because people haven't been able to get around. And yeah, for sure, he was right about this.
Traveling, filming it, other people are watching it. Turns out that people wanted to live it themselves, though. In fact, not only did IRL streaming fall off, all of live streaming fell off after 2021, where it peaked in April and May. But
the reason why IRL streaming fell off is because the people that were IRL streamers got really popular, and everybody that gets really popular streaming always has people that try to insert themselves into the stream in order to make it about themselves. So, like, for example, like, I went to Wendy's one time on a stream, and I showed the store number, and then people started calling the store. And so that's really why I don't do IRL anymore. It's because everywhere that I go, there are always people that are looking to take your stream and co-opt it for them to make their shitty joke. The barber, yeah, I went to a barber one time to get my hair cut with my ex-girlfriend. And this fucking, this place, obviously, like, you know, they put like that thing around you so it doesn't get hair on your clothes. And it had the logo of the barber shop. And, like, people were calling nonstop. Like, nonstop people were calling. And we only had, like, fucking 10,000 views, right? So, like, imagine if I had done that on my main channel. Bro, like, it would have been crazy. People would have been calling stuff to the place. Like, we just got lucky it wasn't worse. So that's really the reason why IRL streaming, I think, fell off. It's because streamers, like, if you look at it from, like, a streamer's perspective, why would a live streamer want to do an IRL stream where they open themselves up to all of these different levels of, like, liability and toxicity whenever they could just instead sit in their house and stream a video game and there wouldn't be a problem? And that's just how it goes. And that's also, yeah, I mean, that's not even including people that are like stalkers and like actual bad behavior. But I'm just saying, like, it's just even the annoying stuff.
2023 has been a huge resurgence for live streaming, and I'm sure you're aware of this if you think to some clips you might have seen over the past 6 or so months. And one of the biggest examples of this is FuzzyTube, who live streamed every second of his life, including traveling around, going...
2023 has been a resurgence for live streaming because they've been able to live stream content that was banned on Twitch. The truth is that there's always a new crop of 14-year-olds that love watching somebody like FuzzyTube get arrested every single night and act like a complete schizo on a daily basis. People love this, and that's why they liked Ice Poseidon. That's why they like things that, like, I used to do back in the day that weren't really as bad. It's why they liked Mitch Jones. Like, that's just what people like to watch. They like Aiden Ross. They like Kai. Like, they like seeing crazy, edgy content. And there's such a massive audience for it that whenever Twitch banned it, it's not like the 14-year-olds went away. There's a new crop of them every year. And so guess what? As soon as Kick and Rumble pop off, and these are platforms where people can just act like animals and get viewers, well, guess what? A lot of people like going to a zoo. So, yeah, obviously everybody's going to want to see this. It's astonishing to me that, like, some people on Twitch were so fucking naive and stupid to predict that this wouldn't happen. Of course it would happen. Do you know why people like watching something like FouseyTube? Because you don't know what's going to happen. Like, for example, whenever you go watch some brand-safe streamer play Valorant with their friends, you know exactly what's going to happen. It's fucking boring. Who the fuck would tune into that? Like, what, are you going to watch this on a daily basis? Fuck no. You want to watch something interesting. And so you're going to watch somebody like this. And the viewership reflects what I say. It does, and it's a fucking fact. And you can get mad at me all you want. You can say, oh, it shouldn't be like this. Yeah, bitch, but it is. And the numbers prove it. That's why you see every single streamer that's been growing this year has been doing shit that would get you in trouble on Twitch. The only person that's still on Twitch really is Kai. And the only reason Kai is on Twitch is because everybody else is banned. Aiden Ross is banned. Bruce has been banned like 7 times. He went over to Kick. Your Rage is actually pretty chill. Like, he doesn't really do a lot of this shit, right? But, like, he's tangential. But even him, he's on Twitch. He's on Kick. Speed is on YouTube and Rumble. And then Kai also is on Rumble. Kai's got a big Rumble deal. Like, I feel like a lot of these guys are already leaving Twitch. That's why and Fousey wasn't doing this on Twitch either. Jadeon, yeah, Jadeon's not on Twitch either. He's on Rumble. Destiny, yeah, there you go. Ice is on Kick now. And you know why? It's because that Kick allows them and Rumble allows them to make the content that people want to see. Whereas Twitch allows people to make the content that advertisers want to see. And that's just how it is.
To airports and other clips I'm sure you've seen. He even was IRL streaming while getting arrested from a cop trying to stream through their body cam.
Isn't that so good? That's so good, bro. Like, that's so good. Bro, those are content. That is a content goblin.
I got a big penis. It could hurt you a lot.
Jesus.
I'm gay. 9 inches. Is that on body cam? I'll fuck you so good till you love me.
Crazy. And there is...
It's crazy, but it's funny. And if you're 14, you like watching this. Not every 14-year-old, but a lot of them. That's just what it is. There's a lot of them. They like watching it.
A specific term that I like to use for these types of IRL streamers that are having a huge 2023. And it's in anything.
It's not funny. I know. Everybody that says it's not funny, you want to know what the average age of my viewers are? It's like 28. Of course it's not funny to you. What, do you watch the Teletubbies? You think that's fun to watch too? You know why you don't like watching the Teletubbies or Dora the Explorer? It's because you're not the target audience. You ever think that whenever you see something and you're like, I don't like this, but other people do, maybe you're just not the target audience for it? Think about it.
View streamer, right? It is a lot different than IRL streaming as it was for a few years before COVID. That sort of IRL streaming behavior of really doing anything kind of died with Ice Poseidon when he got banned off of Twitch. It was basically platforms saying, hey, this is too edgy, this is too crazy, you cannot do anything for views out in public, it causes real harm to those around you, and you need to cut it out.
Right, but the fun thing is to do things for views in public that could cause harm to people around you because it's more interesting. It's more interesting for the audience. That's why Jackass and Punk'd were really popular. It's just the truth. And so as soon as you have another platform that allows people to do that, well, then everybody goes over there and watch it. Look at WorldStar. Yep. And also, the reason why it happened back then is because Twitch was the only kid on the block. Nobody else was making content. Nobody else was, like, making live streams. Like, Rumble was around, but not really. Kick didn't even exist. So, people are still getting it twisted on Twitch. So, like, what was the point of Kick being around then? So, now that there's more players in the game, you see live streaming evolving a lot faster.
It's had a big resurgence with Kick.com.
It has.
There's a lot of people who are using Kick, which has more lax rules.
There's also Rumble, too. It's not just Kick, but yeah.
To bring back that anything for views mentality and harass people. And there's one person in specific that I want to talk about today, Johnny Somali. You might have seen this clip before of Johnny in this trains to Japan harassing people by saying stuff like this.
You know Hiroshima? You know Hiroshima? Nagasaki? You know. Why you do this? Pearl Harbor?
Basically going up to anybody he can see in Japan and say, hey, why?
It's just so fucking obnoxious, right? And so this guy does this, and, like, literally nobody likes him. And this happened, like, I'm talking about, like, this is 3, and look, by the way, look at the little picture there. It's been a while. It's been a real while that this guy has been cruising for a bruising.
Why did you do Pearl Harbor? And then bringing up the 2 sites where atomic bombs were exploded, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And he does this nonstop.
Hiroshima. Nigga, move away, nigga. Nigga, wallahi we do it again. Wallahi, I swear to God. Wallahi, billahi, wa tallahi.
And that's basically it. That clip blew up, and it gave him a lot of negative attention from people not only in the States, but also in Japan.
Yeah, nobody likes
Johnny's reaction to this?
It's free promo. It's free promo.
He was pumped. Oh, it got so many views. Free promo. This is great for me, which is why I never really talked about it. But finally, justice has been served to Johnny because he got arrested.
Because people like this, there's always a, this is the problem with content like that, is that nobody who was doing stuff like this 5 years ago is still doing stuff like this. And if they are, it's so much drastically different than what they were originally doing that it's completely, it's really not the same. Like what Ice Poseidon does nowadays is nothing like he used to do, right? And it's the same with any other streamer. It's short-lived content that, like, it burns fast, it burns hard, and then it burns out.
Japanese police. But to talk about that, first I must show you the justice that some people in Japan were taking in their own hands. You see, after that clip happened, Johnny kept doing that sort of stuff. He kept walking up in live streams saying, you know, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, trying to get a rile out of those around him. And he stopped doing it because he had a couple instances where it didn't go very well. Here's the first one.
Bread first. Drop the bread first. This ain't safe, man. Shut the fuck up.
Okay,
hey, all my real niggas, drop in Discord right now. Hop in Discord. Oh, whoa, 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 what the fuck? Yo, you tripping, nigga?
Perhaps he should have heeded the warning from James Lead about that one. It wasn't very safe. It wasn't very safe. He got jumped in Japan and laid out on the streets, and all his equipment destroyed. And then it happened again, like about 10 days ago.
Man, what?
Just don't grab my camera. All you have to say
don't grab nothing. Oh.
Boom, right there. He gets the double kill.
Where he got knocked the fuck out by some person.
Well, he didn't knock Johnny Somali out. He just knocked the camera out of his hand. Right? And it's like also, again, it's like he's going up to random ass people. Like, I'm not really a big fan of, like, vigilante justice. Like, I'm not gonna ever, like, everybody is, like, happy whenever this shit happens. But, like, you can't live in a society where people act like this all the time, every time they get pissed off, right? Like, this would just be, yeah, we can't have Batmans everywhere. But, like, the truth is that it was funny whenever this happened, and I was glad. I just think the police should have got rid of this dude way earlier. Can't you see him way down as the camera falls? I don't think so. Like, I thought just the camera
He was
fell.
harassing in the streets
I thought
of Japan.
the dude just knocked the camera out of his hand.
Listen to the noise he makes as he swings and not only knocks out the camera, but knocks out Johnny in a clean hit.
Oh, he does hit him.
That's a crazy noise.
Gotcha, bitch.
And ever since then, it seems as though Johnny is less excited about people spreading around his clips. he's somewhat nervous about it getting very popular in Japan and then basically getting hurt or worse. And has been DMCA takedown, giving DMCA takedown notices to almost all the videos and clips about like the train incident or any of the other incidents where he's harassing people. He's going crazy on the copyright takedowns. It's very hard to now find those clips. And there was a weird justice that was trying to be found by live streamers, YouTubers, vigilantes, and even Yakuza members in Japan. Basically, 3 different people all tried to confront Johnny to try to get him to apologize.
Well, the reality is, they brought in Rengoku. Holy shit. Yeah, bro, he's done. So, like, look, I think that really it's an instance where obviously this dude should not even be in the country. He went to the country explicitly to harass people. The Japanese authorities should have deported him so fast.
And from Johnny's POV, again, it's anything for views. So if a Japanese YouTuber or live streamer is going to go up and say, hey, say Gomenasai into the camera and mean it, he will say it if he can get away with it and then go back to doing the same shit the next day. Look, here's his apology with a vigilante YouTuber guts. Where he's supposed to repeat everything he says. It's embarrassing. This is not an apology. This is a fucking clown show right here.
It's kind of funny.
There's even the former Yakuza member who unsuccessfully ran for political office, who tried to get him to bow and apologize for his mistakes.
This is for CX. This is for Paul Donino, Vice President in Japan.
But listen to him. This is for Paul Donino in Japan. Like, he's making a mockery of it. I don't know why anyone's even attempting to get him to pay his respects or make apologies for it.
Yep.
Because what did he do directly after all of those apologies? He went to Tokyo Disneyland, where you're not allowed to IRL stream, with a little microphone or a little speaker that anybody could play any sound off of. And of course, what are the people who are watching him going to play? Yeah.
Who could have ever guessed that? Wow. What a fucking surprise.
Atomic Bomb. He doesn't give a shit, bro. He doesn't care. It is anything for views. And I normally wouldn't talk about this because I don't want to give more attention to him. However, it all ends today because Johnny has been arrested by Japanese police. Here he is getting confronted. This happened just today, like 12 hours ago. I think they're reading out what happened, calling him a suspect, showing him some of the evidence, and then they arrest him. They turn off his equipment, and as he walks away, he yells, like, "Free Johnny" or something, and there it is. He is now detained by Japanese police. And if you don't know how it works when you're detained by Japanese police, it isn't good. They can detain you for up to 30 days without even charging you. They just keep you in there.
That's what you get. That is what you get.
There, and oftentimes that is their deterrent for crime, even if they don't have an ability to charge, is just to throw you in their jails for a while and then deport you and never allow you to re-enter the country.
That's smart.
Would definitely be a good thing for the people of Japan for what he is doing. What was the final thing that the police arrested him for? Was it for walking around and harassing people? No, I don't know if that's technically a crime, but it was actually for this clip right here.
What do you do?
Crossed into a construction zone, which is super illegal because it can be incredibly dangerous.
You know that, like, the police were probably so happy he did this? Because, like, you know for a fact they knew about this dude, right? And they were like, fucking finally. All right, let's go get him. Finally, all right, let's go get this piece of shit. We finally have a reason to put him in jail, and nobody's going to say anything.
To those who are working there.
Oh,
he's going into the warehouse. Nah, this is wild.
The commentary is funny.
I'm just a cameraman right here. I'm just a cameraman. I don't know what the fuck is going on right now.
He's just the cameraman.
Sorry. Oh, he's going in the warehouse.
That's a good disclaimer. I'm sure
He's
the Japanese police will
You're also
take
going in
into
with
consideration.
What did I get myself into?
A mistake. You got yourself into a big mistake.
Oh, he's mad. He's getting mad. He's getting mad, bro. He's getting activated, dog.
And that's the clip.
I love how, like, the construction workers immediately, like, you know, he's all right going up to somebody who's like, you know, it's like just the nighttime and they're there with their girlfriend. They're just trying to relax. But, like, he comes to the construction site. Dude, they're not going to take this shit for a second.
The clip. That's him.
He's pressing.
Yeah, there it is. They got him.
And then he yells Fukushima, which obviously a huge disaster happened in Japan like about a decade ago. But he won't be able to do that anymore. He won't be able to harass the people of Japan. Normally, it laid on the shoulders of platforms like Twitch or YouTube to ban these people and basically deplatform them so that they cannot just be nuisances to society. But in this case, because you are able to go a little further, a lot further on Kick.com, it was up to the country of Japan, and they've finally done it. And this has gone mega.
There's always going to be another site where you can do this shit on, right? I mean, it used to be WorldStar, it used to be LiveLeak. There's always going to be another website. You've got to rely on the government to deal with shit like this, right? Especially whenever there, if there's a market, there's going to be a commodity. Always. And so, yeah.
Viral in Japan. It's like a huge news story you can see here. This is an official Japanese news site, 5.7 million views, and it says the masked intruder at a construction site has been arrested. There's also an article about it. They're trying to find the cameraman as well. And I was able to understand most of this, by the way, because of this Twitter user, Jeffrey Hall, super cool Twitter user. He just reports on stuff happening in Japan in English, so I can read it and understand it. But yeah. That's it. It's fucking cringe as shit. I hope it stops. I hope Kick gets a little more moderation going on, right? You know, maybe punish people if they're being that obscene.
I think that, like, I think people should get banned if they're breaking the law. I think that should just be the line. So, like, if you're doing something and you're streaming in order to break the law, I think that you should get banned. Yeah, like, now, maybe there are, like, some exceptions, like some dumbass laws. Maybe I wouldn't agree with that on. But, like, realistically, going onto a construction site in a foreign country and harassing people on there, like, this isn't like somebody's breaking a blasphemy law, right? It's like they're not breaking some weird cultural law. Like, this just, it's bad. Yeah, these are common sense laws.
Cannot IRL stream. I hate IRL streaming. I have something in my brain that is like, hey, you're being fucking annoying as shit to those around you. How about you be a little more respectful? So I don't do it. But some people got that Logan Paul brain. They do whatever the hell they need. They film.
I don't even think that being obnoxious in public should, like, necessarily get you banned. But I think that, like, there's definitely, like, a huge difference between being obnoxious in public and actively breaking the law intentionally to, like, garner attention.
Whatever the hell they want. And it's a huge disaster when you're doing it while live streaming because so much more can happen and you're capturing all of it. And I think it's a bit of a dangerous trend to be going down. It harkens back to the Ice Poseidon RV era, and in a little more moderation might save that category from becoming basically who can be the worst human competition. Anyway, that's it. That's all. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Goodbye. See you later. Goodbye. Have a good one.
It's important to keep in mind that whenever this dude got arrested, he had 800 viewers. Okay? It's not like everybody was watching this. Like, if you go and you look at this, he had 825 viewers. So this guy is not going out, like, he's not the biggest, most popular content creator. Everybody isn't watching this. People don't actually watch this dude. They just don't like him, right? So in the top percentile. Well, what I'm saying is, like, that's not the predominant content on the platform. Like, you go on Twitch, for example, there's a video right there. It's a great Ludwig video. I'll give it a like. I'm glad this fucking happened. Thank God. It's like there's a lot of people that have more than 800 fucking viewers, right? That's the point that I'm trying to get at. A lot of people have more than 800 viewers. And because of that, Guess what? He's lucky he got jail time. Do that in the Middle East and it's head on the chopping board. Yeah, well, that's why he's not doing it in the Middle East. Is like he explicitly went and he was trying to harass people in Japan because he thought he could get away with it. That's really what it comes down to. More viewers than Diablo 4. Yeah, that's why he did it. Like, so this is the funny thing, right? Is that why do you think this guy went to Japan to do this and not El Salvador? Imagine he went to Saudi Arabia and he did this. Imagine he went to Dubai and he did this. Imagine he went to China. He'd be in a re-education camp right now. Yeah, he'd be done. So the truth is that, like, he went to a place like this because he thought he could get away with it. That's the whole point. And the funny fucking thing about it is that he did. Like, he tried to make the Japanese people break and make them abandon their culture and their composure, and he failed. Nobody did beat the shit out of him, really, except for one person who wasn't even from Japan. The Japanese people let him do that until he did something wrong. He pushed it too far, and now he could have potentially ruined his whole life. So the one thing that he came there to do, to make them look bad, it didn't work. And that's what I think the funniest fucking thing about this whole thing is. Isn't that cute? Does the legal system have conviction rate of 98%? I'm pretty sure the Saudi Arabian and maybe, like, I don't know about El Salvador, I'm pretty sure their legal system has different metrics they use. I'm not sure if it's 98%, but you know, I hear that the way that they do things over there is different. Yeah, it's 150%. Yeah, bro, you do something wrong, like China. Yeah, you do something wrong, they put your family in jail too, like, just in case, you know, like, hey, we don't want to have any trouble here. We don't want to have any situations, any problems. So yeah, we just put your family in jail too, just in case they're gonna try and fucking do some shit. But yeah, I'm glad to see this dude get fucked, and it is a fucking relief, absolutely.